Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy March the 31st. I hope you are having a great start to your week. Our last Monday with this monthly mantra, start living. And again, we are going to pull from the Ripple deck. And the card this week is storytelling. Storytelling. Now, if you know me or if you've been around me for a very long time, you know that I love animals and I just love this deck because it has a lot of animals in it, including chickens. And I really am trying to talk my husband into getting some, but he's not having it right now. So that's okay. So this card right here, I was a little puzzled. I'll say that puzzled when I first got it. So I had to sit with it. But two things came to me when it comes to this. Number one was, I don't know about you, but I am getting older and I only have one parent still here on this earth, and no grandparents still here. And I want to offer or suggest or recommend or invite you to, if you have parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whomever that are still alive, to sit down and get their stories. There's not a lot. I'm not a big person who does regrets. I'm an overanalyzer and I make the best decisions possible and I move on with life. There are a couple of things that are on my list of regrets, one of which is not having, well, I can't help that I didn't have more time with my grandmother, but not recording her stories or listening more in depth or somehow getting them down. Um, because I lost her over 20 years ago. And so the majority of my adult life, I haven't had her. Um, so 2 or 3 years ago, I asked my mom and my aunt to complete, it's this, it's not StoryCorps, that's on a radio. Um, I forget the name of it, but anyway, they send you, you pay for a subscription and you send them an email once a week with a question. And it could be, and you get to pick the questions. Anything from who was your best friend in elementary school to what was your most embarrassing moment to what advice would you give me? All kinds of things. You have 52 questions or more if you'd like. They write them down, and at the end of the year, you collect them and then you send them, you arrange them how you want to, and then they will print you a book with all the things in it, all their responses. So I did that for my mom and my aunt a couple years ago, and I gave obviously me and my cousin and them one as well. So we could all have one. But I invite you to, if you have older people in your life, even if they're, older people that you've met at church or at a community event or wherever, get their stories. Their stories. Number one, I know that people love to talk about their experiences, right? And the older people get, the less people tend to talk to them, especially like if you go to a nursing home or something like that. So get your stories from the older generation. The second thing that came to me was start living because you want your own stories to tell. You want your own stories to tell. Everyday grind things are things we forget. Um, the minute things, like I literally, and I don't know, this has been on my mind because I had a new contacts, a new prescription for contacts, and they had to change the kind of contacts that I was wearing, and I've been ordering them, and I thought, I wonder how long it's been since I've been buying my own contacts. Did mom buy those for me when I was like, it was just this mundane thing that I was like, how long did she buy those for? I know she bought them while I was like, I had this whole thing. I know she bought them in college. She probably did in grad school just to help out. But when did I stop? Like all these things, like it's just the mundane stuff, right? Things you don't remember, but the big things or the important things to you, the meaningful things, the heartfelt things, the things that sort of will be with you to your core. Those things, those are your stories to tell and start living. So you have those stories to tell. Share those stories. If you have kids or grandkids or even great grandkids, share your stories. Even if they don't want to hear them, they may in the long run be like, grandma told me this, or, whatever. Have your stories. Start living. Have fun. One of the things that, because we do not have children, we've not had to grow up, so to speak, as much as some of our friends because they are now parents and, we love to babysit. But we have fun. We do goofy things because we didn't have to, we have to grow up so much. Um, but have fun. Have fun, laugh, dance, sing. The things that you did as a kid that made you happy, go play in the sand, go swing, go for whatever. Have fun, live your life, start living, and have your stories to tell. And don't forget, the older generation have stories to tell too, and get those stories from them if you still have those folks in your life. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoy. Today's the last day of March and the start of your April. And don't forget, if you are interested in registering for my giveaway, it is posted and you can register and through the drawing will be on April the 4th. So if you're interested in that, go take a look and I hope you have a great week.